want to thank Crystal Green for agreeing to come and speak to us for Women Living Intentionally. She is definitely a woman that is living in her potential and just in full authority of her life. And I enjoy watching you on social media. And, I just wanted to have the opportunity to speak with you. Now, the last time we spoke was actually last year. Okay. You were featured in our I Am project that Women of 4D did in May of 2020. Mm-hmm. And the purpose of that project was we literally featured, I think it was 30 women throughout the month of May, and they had to finish their sentence of I am. And it was based upon one of the 4Ds. So it was deliberate, devoted, disciplined, and determined. Okay. Do you remember which one you chose, Crystal?
I probably should have chose all four. I don't remember which one I chose, actually.
Okay. All right. You actually chose I Am Determined.
Determined, okay.
So now that we are in May of 2021, why would you say that you're determined in 2021? And I'll tell you what you said in 2020.
I'm determined more so for my why, which is my little boy, Christoph Green. So he keeps me determined. And then the families, the lives that I change on day to day by getting them into their home, even if they don't end up buying a home, just the encouragement and giving them hope. Okay. Keep me fueled day to day. So the real estate market is crazy right now, but I have purpose in this, and between my son and my clients and the way I tend to my clients keeps me very determined.
I love it.
Thank you.
So I will tell you in May of 2020, what you said was that pretty much what you do is you stay focused, you create a schedule, you pray daily, ask God for guidance and peace, and you protect your energy. To make sure your soul is happy and creating a solid foundation for your family. So family still is your high pillar that you spoke of a few moments ago. So you were pretty much, look, you're still on track, doing exactly, how you said last year. So keep it moving, boo. Love it.
Thank
you. The last time, you just kind of spoke about being a real estate agent, or has that title evolved since the last time I spoke with you?
I'll be a broker next month.
Hey, okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And also you were an aspiring life coach.
I still am.
All right.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that. Tell us a little bit about Crystal, the life coach, as well as Crystal, the real estate soon to be broker, I guess.
Well, the life coach came about because I found myself counseling my clients in a sense. Well, real estate is one of the biggest purchases anyone will make. Mm-hmm. Well, some people buy cars just as expensive as their houses. I don't know. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So as I found myself coaching my clients through divorces or deaths or get put out, well, not put out, but having their tenant sells a home right up under them, whatever the case may be, I come across a whole lot of different stuff. I found myself being more of a coach than a realtor at times. So that gave me the green light, like this is something I really need to be doing because I'm doing it anyway. So I use that in my real estate business, but mainly when you're a life coach, you can do different areas of business. So what I've done is I'm opening up a real estate mentorship program because I have people reach out to me all the time. How do I become a realtor? So I'm going to create group sessions for people who are interested in becoming realtors. And then if they want They can join my team later down the line if I find that they'll be a good fit. And then also under my life coaching, I'm doing social media branding. So I'm helping entrepreneurs brand themselves because people don't know you as you, they know you as your brand. So your brand sticks. So it's like the crystal effect is my brand. So people, when they see me, you're the crystal effect. So I'm not crystal green, I'm crystal.
It is catchy though. It's very catchy.
Thank you.
So,
So I help entrepreneurs brand their business.
now, when you help them brand their business, is it outside of real estate as well? Is it any type of business that they would want to have interest in getting into?
It's outside of real estate.
Okay.
As well.
Okay. I love
Yeah.
it. And you mentioned something that I actually saw an article on not too long ago, as well as I came across a couple of social media posts regarding tenants being like literally kicked out of the homes that they were renting. Can you kind of share exactly, like, kind of, I don't know, maybe like if someone were experiencing that particular situation, what that kind of, I mean, we know what it looks like from the outside, but kind of from the other side of it, what are their options?
Their options is the two things. Well, three. Go live with family.
Wow.
I know it's horrible. As long as you give the tenant 60-day notice, they have to go. And it's been very unfortunate in this market because it's a seller's market. So the sellers are trying to pull that equity out and maybe buy something else, or maybe they need the money.
Mm-hmm.
So more than ever right now, homeowners, landlords are selling their home right up from up under their tenants. So if their credit isn't good, they have to rent again. So they'll have to find an apartment. I would do an apartment. I wouldn't do a personal owner, because they could hack them again.
Right.
So go to an apartment, or they should go live with family. Or if they feel like they're in a good financial place, then they need to contact a realtor.
Okay. Now, when you say about their credit, what should their credit score? What is the range that, I guess at lowest, like what could it be?
For
Excuse me.
for a FHA, which is Federal Housing Authority, that's a 580. The lenders would like to see 600.
Mm-hmm.
A VHDA, Virginia Housing Development Authority, that's the first time home buyers loan.
Mm-hmm.
That's the payment. That minimum credit score is a 620.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the conventional loan, which that minimum credit score is a 680, but that's 5% down. That conventional loan is more friendly to my kings and queens that have the student loan.
Girl.
The loan debt.
Yes. Yes.
Conventional is a lot more friendly with them, but hey, your credit score got to be at least a 680 to get that, and that's very, very, very possible.
Okay. Well, now I kind of want to help, take this time to kind of help the, I can't even say young ladies, but just the audience, in general. So, I come to you and I'm like, the crystal effect, I want to buy a house. Take me through the steps. Like, what does this look like, especially for someone who has not purchased a home?
Well, when you come to me and you say you want to buy a house, I ask you a few questions. What's your credit score? Do you have any money saved? I really have to ask that in this market because it's the negotiation out here that you've got to have some money in the bank.
Okay.
So the money saved, how long have you been on job? So I ask preliminary questions before.
Now, when you talk about having money saved, about how much do you need to have saved?
It depends on the sales price. Yeah, it depends on the sales price because the percentage of your closing costs is based off of the sales price.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll ask my client how much you're looking to spend. If they say 200,000, I already know closing costs for that is going to be about $6,000.
Okay.
So you take 3% and you multiply it by the sales price. It depends on what their credit score is and what loan type they get to depend on if they're going to have a down payment or not. So I go over all of the loans, all of the down payment, and they're able to decide what's best for them. Some people may not be at the credit score that they want to be, but once they understand the loan, they're willing to wait until they get their credit score where they need to be, and then they come back around ready to buy. So I just give them a lot of knowledge of what the home buying process is from point A to point Z. All of the money that's due in between the process before you even close on a house, the potential closing costs and down payment that'll be due at the end, and what this market is like in the pandemic. So I'll go over an example of a negotiation with them. So when I do get to that part, they're not looking at me like, Crystal, what are you talking about?
Right.
So, yeah. So once we get into the part of where I'm starting to show them homes and I'm trying to make an offer, I only can do so much is what my client allows me to do. So they will already be prepped on how I'm about to come, how I'm about to have this conversation with you about what we need to do. And if they get all of that at the buyer consultation.
Okay. And approximately, like, what is I know every process is different. In every purchase, well, I guess I shouldn't say process, I should say every purchase is different. But what is kind of like the average purchase time from once you are approved to, of course it takes when you're going to find the house that you want, and then, to kind of go through the process?
Well, depending on how motivated my clients are, some people are ready to go immediately. So if you're ready to go immediately, it could take 1 to 2 weeks to find your dream home. And then after that, it can take 30 days to close.
Wow.
Yeah. It can be really, really quick.
I don't know why I was expecting to say a little bit longer, especially, have you noticed a difference with, the pandemic? Have they been, the process time been a little quicker or longer?
It's still about 30 days. Yeah, about 30 days. If you want to do 37 days, just throw an extra week in it. You can't. The lenders are closing the deals in 30 days. Yeah, 30 days from when we find it. And finding the house is depending on the client, what they want, what they look, everybody's different in that area. So some people, the first house they see, they want. Some people love the first house they see, but they say, no, you're not supposed to choose the first house you see. So they don't choose it based off that and that alone. And then we end up finding their house maybe after the third or fourth house. And then they just, it shouldn't take 10 to 20 houses to go into to decide on it should not. Have I showed that many houses before to one client? Absolutely. But on the average client, it doesn't take that much.
And that's because you've already done the pre-work, kind of asking them, what do they want? Do you send them houses what does that process look like kind of behind the scenes?
So, my clients that are approved or not approved, if my non-approved clients want to be on the search, they could be on the search. So they can start to just see what's out there. My approved clients, they're on a more strategic search because they're ready. They have their sales price already been approved by the bank. They have the bed, the bath, they want a garage, they have that check. So the MLS, the multiple listing service, is the database that automatically sends the houses to my client's email based off of the preference I had set. So that database is the only database that is right now No one else have access to that but realtors, meaning Zillow, Trulia, Redfin, Mojo are not accurate sources. No.
Okay.
No.
No, I honestly didn't know that.
Yeah, so they have the
Okay.
house up there. It's just that they cannot get the house until 24 plus hours after a listing agent has listed the home. And that separates us from these third party companies that are trying to do real estate.
See, that was power right there. That was some good information. I
Yeah.
mean, because one of my girlfriends and I, we are forever like going back and forth, like, okay, look at this one, look at this, and things like that. But just to know that, yeah, it's there, but it may not really be there.
Oh,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Those sources are more so bait for realtors so we can get clients that go up there and fill out all that information. So it goes into the database, and then you're going to get called a million times by a stranger that you don't even know, that you're going to have to try to figure out if you trust or not because they're not a referral. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Mm.
Okay. Look, you have any other tidbits that you can share? I mean, that was good. That was good.
Yeah, yeah. Say I'm looking to buy a house. Ask your coworkers or your friends. I mean, call me. I love to help anybody that wants to buy. But don't just get a realtor just to get a realtor. Like,
Mm-hmm.
do your work. Ask for a referral by a trusted party.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't want to get in a situation where you don't have a good realtor.
Right.
Out any day, but this market right now, you got to know how to negotiate. You got to stay on these listing agents. It's not for the weak.
Okay.
No, not at all. Mm-mm.
I gotcha. Following you on social media that I've seen, something that's near and dear to my heart is, making sure that we give single mothers like different resources and things like that, because Women of 4D, as you know, we actually provide educational scholarships to
Ooh,
to young ladies to single mothers that are in college.
okay.
So my question to you is your single mother housing program. Would you like to share pretty much like the genesis of that program, and also kind of if someone was interested in getting involved, how they could?
Well, they could contact me if they want to sign up for my single mom buy houses. So I help with the process. If they need credit repair, if they need credit repair assistance, financial assistance to be able to pay for credit repair, if they need assistance towards their home inspection and or appraisal. So I'll ask a couple of questions to kind of go over their needs
Mm-hmm.
and be able to help them in that way.
Okay.
So they don't have the whole process of buying a home on them. I cannot legally do anything about down payment. I can't give money for payment, but I can help with the process. Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, that is great. And you said that they can get in touch with, how would they get in touch with you in order to work with that program? Or are you even accepting, I guess, potential
Single
clients,
mom.
we should say, yeah, at this time?
I am. So my number is 757-403-4851. Or they can email me at the Crystal Effect with the AFFECT @gmail.com.
Okay. How long have you had the single mother program? Single
And so
moms buy homes.
since I started real estate,
Okay.
before I branded myself as the Crystal Effect, so single moms came before the Crystal Effect.
Okay.
Yep, that has always been my thing.
Is there anything that you would like to share with the audience just in general?
I also do So if anybody needs to list their home, I do that, or investors, I do that. I do pass out my renters. So I have a team of 4 other agents that help me out now. So, but yeah,
How big is your team now?
it's 4.
Oh, okay. 4 total. I know you had
With
mentioned, say that again, I'm sorry.
with me, it's 5 of us, but
Okay.
4.
Okay. And I know you had mentioned too that you have like, other individuals like the inspectors and, other people. Are they kind of contractors through you or are they on your team?
They're contractors through me.
Okay. Okay.
So
Gotcha.
they do work for whoever they want to do work for, but they're my trusted go-to people.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. You have been with Women Living Intentionally, and I want to thank you, Crystal, for your time, for your energy, for your magnetic smile,
Oh, thank
as well, and just kind of just sharing, the real estate market and things like that, and just, ways to make the process a little bit easier and, more beneficial for everyone. So, thank you.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. This has been
Yeah.
wonderful.